Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depths of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of Spoilers and Fandom.
Hey!
Today we're going to talk about the game State of Mind, which is a game I picked.
Yes.
And it is a game by the developer Daedalic Studios, who do a lot of weird adventure games.
Yeah.
I know them for doing point-and-click games.
Yeah.
This one is similar.
It's similar, but you have a bit more... It's more of a puzzle game, let's call it that. Not really point and click.
Yeah, it's not really... Yeah. It's more like Heavy Rain without the quick time.
Yeah. I don't know why at some point I thought there were quick time, like, things. There are, like, things that you could do.
Yeah, they had those things with the cutscenes, right?
Yeah.
Like, the cutscenes go on for a little longer than necessary.
Yeah.
Or there's, like, these moments in silence with the cutscenes.
Yeah.
which
So
are like... I was like, where's the prompt? Where's the prompt of, you know?
I kept on thinking, like, at some point they'll expect me to do something.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
So I picked this game because it's supposed to have a good narrative. It's supposed to be a really good sci-fi story. And it's a 2018 game. And most importantly, I picked this game because it has the voice of Geralt from The Witcher, who plays one of the main characters called Richard.
Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Geralt. I like his voice. This guy is not Geralt. This guy's more of an ass, I guess.
It's fitting his name is Richard because he is quite the dick. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it was a recent game. I don't hear many people in our circles talking about it because of, I guess, the nature of its game, or kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah. No, I think mostly it's because it's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's really fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it does have a... Like, I did hear about it online from online personalities saying that it's got a good narrative.
It does.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very typical cyberpunk story.
Yeah.
It's super typical.
Yeah. But the way the story itself progresses is actually quite interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of blends, I guess, cyberpunk stories that you're familiar with. It kind of blends them into one cohesive narrative.
Yeah.
Which is nice because I guess you could get like individual books. I've read individual books that all had like one aspect.
One element of it, yeah.
And I think this did it better still, somehow.
I don't know. Actually, when I was playing the game, I don't know why, it feels very cinematic. That's what I thought when I was watching it. I had a small note where I kept on writing down all the shout-outs that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the shout-outs in the game to older, more established cyberpunk stuff. Cyberpunk tropes. Yeah.
Like
so we'll
Altered
address them. Yeah.
Like Altered Carbon.
Yes. Altered Carbon. Dude, like everything. Like if you're a sci-fi fan, if you're like, especially sci-fi cyberpunk, this game has loads of like references.
There's iRobot.
There's Neuromancer, Total Recall.
Yeah, there's...
Yeah, Robocop. Even Deus Ex. There's references.
Oh, yeah.
Like millions of them. But it's okay. I actually thought at first, before you told me that the voice actor for Richard was the same one as for Geralt, I thought he was the same guy as for Deus Ex, Human Revolution. Adam Jensen.
Oh, yeah. Adam, huh?
Yeah. It does. They vaguely sound similar. If you didn't know, and you played both voices side by side, they sound very similar.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think Geralt's a bit gruffer, I guess. Like, he sounds older.
But that's Geralt. Now imagine him using this voice for Richard.
Yeah.
And Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's maybe it was a thing from all the angles we were seeing, and I was just seeing
Adam Jensen. Yeah, no. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
It is very similar. Like, one of the guys sounds like Nolan North. The Henry the Robot. The jellyfish. He kind of sounds like Nathan Drake.
Oh, that's cool.
He sounds like that. It isn't him.
Yeah, it is.
Very, but it is quite a good voice cast, and they do a pretty good job. I think there's only one voice actor who had a problem with, but you don't even meet her. She's not a real character. She's kind of weird. Like, you just have like voice conversations. Well, at least in my playthrough, I didn't end up meeting that character. It was Auntie Joanne or Joan, yeah,
that one.
Adam's aunt, yeah. She was
Very strange.
She sounded like she was reading. She doesn't sound like a good actor.
Yeah. But that could be a thing with the game.
Yeah, that could be intentional.
Yeah, that could be intentional.
Yeah.
Because depending on how you play, I guess.
Yeah,
you
there's
learn
some weird moments in this game. Yeah.
You learn very weird things.
So let's talk briefly about the story.
Yeah.
So the game starts off with you playing as Richard. Richard is a journalist, and this is all way in the future, 2048, I think.
Yeah.
So not too far in the future, but pretty. I'd say the future for the most part looked pretty believable, except I guess for. Except for like drones and ads. Like the amount of drones that they have flying around everywhere and robots. Like, I don't see that really. I see maybe drones coming about, but I don't see like full-on ads yet.
And the robots.
I mean, I could be wrong about that, and we don't see robots
yet.
Like, I don't see robots by 2048.
Yeah. But for the most part, everything was pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then a few other. For me, it was mostly like the appliances and stuff, like the things that they have.
Also, so the food assembler.
Yeah.
The food assemblers. Okay, let's talk about the world before we get into the story.
Yeah.
The world is pretty interesting. So they got like 3D printer food things, which, I don't know, 3D printing is around.
Yeah.
It is not very popular.
Yeah.
Yet. Maybe if it gets, like, if something really relevant, I guess, happens in the next 5 to 10 years, then maybe, but I don't see that.
Because even
like, it was cool though. It was cool.
Because even like now at that point, you know, there's a time when you can interact with the machine, and it'll tell you that it doesn't have
certain raw ingredients.
Certain raw ingredients.
Yeah.
But then now looking at the ingredients, even if you do put them in, I'm like, how do these three things?
It was like honey.
Honey, wheat, and oil or something like that. And I'm like, what are you making out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the robots themselves, like they have police robots, they have personal like assistant ones.
Yeah.
They have like
the robot vacuums, which I have one of
Yeah.
those, but it's not maybe as fast.
It's not
and
as
it's quite
fast.
noisy. Mine is quite noisy.
Yeah. And even like the floating one, the one that you said, Henry. It's it's
basically a drone
Yeah,
that
it's
looks like
basically
a
a drone.
jellyfish. But that one's, I guess, not. No, that's not really a spoiler. So the story takes place in two cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so in the other city is way more advanced. One city is Berlin. One city is City 5.
Yeah.
And City 5 is super advanced. So they have, like, the kid has a toy drone.
Yeah.
Which is like a jellyfish called Henry.
Basically, if you can imagine any like futuristic utopia, like any sci-fi futuristic utopia, that's what City 5 is.
Yeah, it's like an altered carbon. City 5 would be the cloud area, or what do they call it? The cloud, where all the rich dudes lived.
Then Berlin looks
more like
the bottom side.
Yeah, Rodriguez lived. That's very accurate, actually. Yeah.
And that's another shout out.
Yeah.
That's another reference that we've seen in this game.
Yeah. Also, this is the first game I've played where Nairobi has been directly referenced over and over again as part of like world building. Like within the first 3 minutes of playing, you will hear the news talking about Nairobi.
I actually thought maybe that was the reason why you picked it.
Nah,
but then
I didn't know.
No.
I'm like, that's such a random thing. Yeah. How do you search for that though?
Games featuring Nairobi.
Yeah. If there is such a thing, I'll have a look.
We'll check.
This, yeah.
Yeah, we'll check.
That was pretty cool. I was like, wait, Nairobi. And then like even if you switch on like your house radio at any point, you get like brief stuff of
World
the news
news.
of what happened yesterday or whatever. It's pretty typical news, I guess.
Yeah.
The Nairobi story it doesn't really add anything except builds the world that the game is set in, right?
Yeah.
And basically the story in Nairobi is the East and West, because the world is now divided in this world into East and West.
Yeah.
And they're having drone clashes over resources or something in Nairobi. That's so Eastern drones and Western drones are fighting it out.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that seems legit actually. Why Nairobi? Well, I don't know. Let's not get too political, but yeah. Hey.
So yeah, now that's part of the world.
Yeah, the world is awesome.
The world is really cool.
The gameplay. What did you think of the gameplay before I get it? I think I'll save story just before the spoiler section, and then
Okay.
yeah.
For me, the gameplay, there's some things I didn't like. First of all, I really don't like there's something about the controls that really annoyed me.
They're not responsive.
Yeah. Like immediately you get back out of a cutscene. Your character will be doing, will do everything but the command you've given them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a few seconds. Not for too long, but so you just be patient with it. Like if you press a direction, like you plan to go forward,
Yeah.
the game will interpret, if the guy is facing the screen, he'll interpret that you go forward into the screen rather than forward.
What?
Yeah. Like into the camera view of what you're seeing. So like if the cutscene ends
I didn't have that.
with the main character looking at you,
Yeah.
and I press like W to move away from me, which is technically forward, the guy will walk towards the screen. Like it does random directional issues.
I didn't have that issue.
Yeah.
But I did have quite a few glitches.
Yeah. No, even on top of glitches, I also had but mine were only like two. There weren't that many. There were only like two major glitches.
Yeah.
And they were fixed in the game. If you like leave the room and come back in, it'll reset the room.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you do run into a few issues like that one, there's at some point in the story when you have to go to one guy's apartment and you have to look at like data on his machine. It hung while I looked at the machine. Okay, not hang, but it just gets stuck in a loop. It doesn't move into the next thing.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah. So if you quit the game, reload, and then leave the apartment and come back in, it should be fine.
Yeah, so it's quite Euro janky.
Yeah.
Like this is a European studio. I should point that out. They've been doing this for a while. They shouldn't. I don't know. My glitches were all like environmental for the most part, or scripting.
Like which one?
The first glitch was when I'm going to. There's a part where Richard goes to a club. That's all I'll say. And I like. I'm used to wall hugging whenever I play anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's like a ramp that you go down and then go to the club. While I was walking down the ramp, there was a note on the like the handrail or the guardrail off the ramp that I was looking at. And then I tried to move a little forward, and an NPC kind of pushed me into it. And so I was like standing on the guardrail. I couldn't get off. I could move forward. So then I actually went down. And that's an area where you're not able to walk. So I kept looking for a way to get back to the area that you can actually go to. It was impossible. And then eventually I fell through the environment. You know,
you clipped through.
Yeah, I clipped through. Saw blue everywhere, and the world was somewhere up there. So that's a very common glitch that I get a lot. There's that. Then there was one where I was supposed to interact with someone, but then I walked away from them and I didn't initiate
the conversation.
A sort of conversation that moves the story along. So these are all fixed by just reloading.
Yeah.
And then I had another environmental issue where I got somewhere and like there were invisible walls stopping me from moving out. Like I got in, like just a space between like a place where like plants are growing and a wall. It looked like a walkway, so I went there. I couldn't get back out. So no, but the checkpoint system is pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. And you can reload pretty quickly.
Yeah, you can't manually save, but the checkpoints are pretty good. Like, I just reloaded that.
And you won't be taken back too far.
Yeah, it wasn't far at all. So I didn't consider those to be... It was just a small annoyance, I guess. And also, I feel like the controls definitely felt really sticky or unresponsive.
Yeah, they're a bit sluggish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I put it? Like, I would say the Telltale games are a little more responsive. Like, it just there's like a bit of delay when you press forward to move around, or when you hit exit. Not when you click on things, but specifically for movement.
Yeah.
I don't know what that issue is, but yeah.
But I guess, okay, I don't know. On some level, I think it's a creative choice. They wanted to make it like that, so it seems a little more realistic.
No, for me it felt janky.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, move.
Because even getting the guy to stop like from a run is, I don't know.
Oh no, that delay, that animation delay,
the animation.
I didn't mind so much. It's more like when you're starting to walk.
Yeah, when you're starting to walk, it takes a while.
It takes a while for your forward button press to register. Yeah. That was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it was still okay. Like, I still got through the whole thing. I would also say the pacing is a little weird initially. I thought it was dragging a little at the start, and then it just goes...
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
It picks up really, really fast.
Yeah. When it picks up,
Yeah, when it picks up, it picks up.
It picks up. But the start was a bit meh. What else? Okay, let's go into story. So you play Richard, and he is a journalist for a TV station or publication or whatever media group called The Voice.
Yeah.
And he was in an accident or something, and he doesn't know where his wife and son are.
Yeah.
And he wants to kind of try and find out where they went and what happened to them. So that's one character. There's another character called Adam, whose kid keeps needing to be taken to the doctor for appointments, and he has no idea why.
Yeah.
And yeah, he feels weird that he's kind of being left out of the loop, I guess.
Because his kid is always in hospital, and his wife is also never home. She's like super busy all the time.
Yeah, and his work is flexible, more or less. But yeah. And he's also a journalist for a publication called The Present.
Yeah.
So these are the two main characters. There are other characters who you control later on in the story, but those
for
are
the most
spoilers.
part,
Yeah.
These are the main characters.
Yeah. And how, like, okay, so we've both played this.
Yes.
And I guess we'll talk about it in the spoiler section, because I don't know how much your choices matter in this game.
That's what, we'll talk about in the spoiler section.
So that will be in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
But it's given you, like, this game gives you dialogue choices. And you get puzzles. And it's not like puzzles in the generic sense. These are more like jigsaw puzzle kind of situations. Yeah. So, like, one of the puzzles are sort of like you need to piece together and rebuild, like, a room, one piece at a time. So just getting stuff to match. Yeah. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle, kind of.
And then there's
there's the investigative journalism puzzle, which is just finding three types of articles that all have something in common.
Yeah.
And trying to find the ones that are relevant to progress the story. Yeah. So that's the way they've done puzzles in this. Yeah. Oh, and there's a couple of mazes. One is super janky because it's all real time, and the other one is a sort of Final Fantasy. Like, I've seen this in JRPGs quite a bit. It's sort of like if you progress this far, this will block off. And that's those maze kind of ones. Yeah, so there are a couple of those. Yeah. So it's not crazy hard puzzles. At no point did I think of checking a guide or looking it up. Yeah, they're very easy. I'd say God of War had some
more difficult ones.
Yeah, and that was God of War. I mean the original God of Wars. I haven't played the new one, but yeah. So it is not. It's not challenging. There is a bit of reading in the game.
Yeah.
Which gives you a bit of insight, and also it's necessary for those specific journalism puzzles that you need to try and solve. I say you have to match things, really. It's like a matching puzzle, really.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
But I don't know. I kind of liked the fact that they kept it easy on the puzzles.
Yeah.
Because it keeps you involved in the story.
Yeah. Oh, there are turret sections. Where you will have to shoot things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are a few. I think there are 2 or 3. So it does change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But nothing too complicated, and no moon logic as well.
Moon logic.
Moon logic is, so in the point and click games, you had something really bloody obscure like, oh, this is a toothpick and this is a machine gun. If I put them together, oh, now I have a balloon. Point and click games were infamous.
Are ridiculous like that. Yeah.
These there's nothing like that in this. It's all it makes perfect sense.
It's straightforward.
Yeah. And it doesn't go out of its way to hide stuff either.
Yeah. Okay, there's stuff that is a bit hidden, but it's hidden logically.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just think about it critically, you'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
It's not outlandish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into spoilers, but what would you rate this game?
A 7. 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go with a 7 at first. Because now, okay, wait, it'll depend. Yeah, it depends on now the choices. If the choices do matter, then it's an 8. If not, it's a 7.
For me, it would be a 6 or a 7. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's a 7.
Probably 7. Matter, I think 7 for me. Yeah. I'd say even if the choices mattered, actually, for me, it would still be a 7.
Because I don't know, like, you can have multiple ways of playing the game, and it'll read very differently. When if guys don't, the game itself doesn't react that differently to you.
Here's the thing. So at the start of the game, when the doctor's asking you these questions.
Yeah.
Just now, when I was recording footage, I tried to pick stuff I didn't pick before. It made no difference.
Yeah,
He's just like, oh, that's the wrong answer. Try again. Yeah. And even like when you're like talking to, like when Richard's talking to his wife's dad, you get an option of being confused or whatever. I picked the other ones, and literally it made no difference.
Yeah, the conversation still goes on. So
I think it's kind of linear, but I'll know for sure in a bit.
Yeah, because I also remember I called you yesterday when I was about to, because I finished this game last night, literally last night.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to find out
that decision, right?
Yeah, what decision you made towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I make the opposite. Then we see whether the game is any different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're going to play this game, maybe stop listening now.
Yeah.
Because we will spoil it. There are big spoilers.
Yeah.
Some of them you probably suspect as soon as you start playing, but there are spoilers.
Yeah.
So stop listening and go check it out and come back. It's about a 10-hour game. I spent about 15 hours because I'm me. And yeah. So see how you go. Okay? So 3, 2, 1, spoiler time. All right.
Where do you want to start?
So let's talk about the decisions. So in my game, I killed. Well, Adam died.
Yeah, Adam died in your place.
And after Adam died, like I'd done all the things with Adam, and so the game allows you to swap between Adam and Richard. And so I did all the things I could do with Adam, and I was given like an end game kind of choice of, do you want to believe, like, exist in this fake world? Guys, it's a fake world.
Yeah, spoiler.
Oh, we're in spoiler section. It's a fake world. Do you want to keep existing in here, or do you want to do you just not agree? You can't agree with it. Those are the two choices. I picked not agreeing with it. I was immediately deleted.
You're vaporized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened next is the guys who made this world recreated Adam again, and just his interactions with Richard were just dumb. And basically, I will never control Adam again. Instead, I'll control his kid and finish stuff. And I literally don't see him except right at the end.
Right at the end, what? Okay,
Final cutscene.
No, the final choice that you made. So that means that you saved the city.
No, so now at the end, with James, when you take control of James, he begs. Okay, first of all, let me tell you how I ended.
Let's give the spoilers context tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, let's give the spoilers.
So it turns
context.
out, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So it turns out Richard and his wife, in my playthrough, you will stop me if it's different. If it's any different, okay. Cool. So in my playthrough, Richard and his wife were having issues. She was pregnant. Mm-hmm. They had an accident. She lost the baby. She cut a deal with a robotics company who gave her a fake child. Yeah. Okay? But Richard is anti-tech to a certain degree. He's sort of pro-human to a certain degree. Yeah. He's not like the terrorists who are there.
But he's just as bad though. Like, okay, how like
so the way he
talks to his robot and everything.
Yeah.
I find him to be. He's more passive aggressive than the terrorists. Let me say that.
Yeah, he's quite passive aggressive.
Yeah.
But towards the end, for me, he was good with the robot.
Yeah,
he was good with the robot, and he was good with most tech, and he admitted to being a hypocrite.
Yeah,
I got him to it. Now he was having an affair, which is why again things were tense. Anyways, sorry, I went ahead. Yeah. Tracy makes a deal with this other company, and something happens. And Richard, I guess, was either killed, taken care of, and was in a building that got attacked by terrorists. And he wakes up with no memory, and he is under the impression that he just had an accident. And he's not sure whether he had an accident or whether a building blew up. Yeah. The terrorists inform him later that he was in the building, and they would have never attacked the building if they had known that he was there. Yeah. These are the anti-tech guys. Yeah. Now, in this world, there's a Mars project that is being touted as, let's all go to Mars, you need to get scanned, blah, blah, blah. Turns out it's all fake. And what these guys are doing is they're using people who sign up as either biogenetic material for growing extra bodies in case rich people die, like altered carbon.
Yeah.
Or they upload people's they upload people's minds into this fake world, which is City 5, where Adam lives. Yeah. Adam is a somewhat reconstructed memory profile of Richard. Yeah. So he is Richard, except he has certain things removed. Yeah. And he is there to grow James, who is Richard's son, but in this fake world, he's also Adam's son. Yeah. And they're using him to kind of run the city as an overseeing artificial AI. Yeah. There's so much here.
So much.
There's so much going on in this thing.
Yeah.
Then Simon is a self-aware AI who escaped, who is now your house robot. And he's got his own arc, and he's dope. Yeah. He's so cool.
And he was made by one of the... What's he called?
He was made by the robotics company who's creating this world, Kurtz.
Yeah, he was made by Kurtz, but he was fixed by one of the guys who's trying to...
Yeah, he was fixed by the human terrorists who are anti-tech.
Yeah.
Because the leader of that group was working with the robotics company.
Yeah, so he was given free will at some point, and then he rises, he leads some sort of robot uprising.
Yeah.
Gets a few of those bots out, and he goes out into now the open world, and then he meets this kid.
Okay, for me, the robots didn't all get out. Mm-hmm. What happened was he got out, and the robots didn't know what the hell they were supposed to do. So they they're like, we'll probably go back in. We don't know what to do here. Yeah. And he's the only one that got out.
Yeah, because even for me it was the same thing. He walked away. Yeah. The others just stood there. Okay, so now what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty dope. That was really dope. That was one of the cool moments in the entire game for me. Because Simon is awesome.
Yeah, Simon is interesting.
And he finds like Richard's kid ran away. Simon immediately finds him, and because Simon's been paying attention, he knows about Richard's wife cutting a deal. He doesn't know about the fake world, I guess, but he does know about this, and he helps Richard's kid get back home, and he's there.
Yeah.
And Richard's just a dick to him. Eventually, in my game, he grew to
you can
be okay with him.
Less of a dick.
Yeah.
In time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so the way this game ended for me, the choices I made is I uploaded my kid into the kid's body. Okay?
Yeah.
I uploaded Lydia
Oh, snap.
into my wife's body.
Into Tracy's body.
Into Tracy's body. Okay, Lydia is the chick who Richard's having an affair with.
Yeah.
She's such a
she's
badass,
dying.
and she's dying.
Yeah.
She's got her own thing of how she was given a body because of shit, and she's also made by Tracy's memories. She's also sort of a recreation, the way Adam's a recreation of Richard. She's a recreation of Tracy to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But the body that she's been given had a life expectancy of 3 years.
Yeah. And it's
she's dying fast. Just the thing is, she was such a boss with helping Richard escape.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what?
You need to help us.
I can't do this. Yeah. And Sally, who is the nanny, who gets uploaded with is a robot in the fake world.
Yeah.
Gets uploaded with Richard's wife. Tracy's mind. There's a lot of names in this game. I'm sorry if you're confused.
Yeah.
But she got corrupted in the upload process.
So she's his wife, but not completely.
Yeah,
she doesn't remember any of that.
Yeah, and she has issues. She's a bit slow, and she is like a robot.
Yeah.
So I was like, just keep her there. So in my ending, after you do that, the kid begs you to upload the entire city into his mind.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to lose his dad, and he doesn't want his dad Adam, and he doesn't want to lose Sally.
Yeah.
So this kid has two dads. He has Richard and Tracy in the real world, and he has Adam and Amy in the other world, but Amy was a complete bitch.
Yeah.
And she was actually one of the developers of this fake world.
Yeah.
It's really the nanny who helped. The nanny was called Sally, the robot nanny, who was his mom, and he knew it. So I actually did upload the city into his mind, and the ending for me is he spaces out, and in his mind he can see the city that exists in his head.
Yeah.
And he sees his dad is there fine with the robot, and they're probably gonna bang. Robot sex is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah.
I didn't save Lydia.
You didn't save Lydia.
No.
My heart.
Because right at that point, your kid asks you, please bring back my mom.
Yeah.
So I was like,
crap.
His mom isn't there completely.
Yeah.
But since he's asked,
yeah,
I figure it would make more sense just to. However crazy it is, we'll work with that.
Yeah.
So I uploaded now Sally.
Yeah.
Into Tracy.
How was that?
Not very good because nothing changes. She's still a robot.
But in a human body.
In a human body.
Okay.
Now Lydia took Amy's body in the simulation.
What?
Yeah.
But Amy, for me, already ran away.
Now in this one, Amy survives. So she takes Amy's body in the simulation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, she did. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lydia takes Amy's body in the simulation.
Right.
The reason why I left Lydia in is because she wanted to live. She didn't care. Because in the first place, she also wanted to be copied. So I was like, fine.
Yeah.
If she wanted to be copied, it's fine.
Yeah.
I played as Adam earlier.
Yeah.
But I didn't die.
Yeah.
However, you can agree to stay in the simulation. By agreeing to stay in the simulation, you still cut off the
ties with Richard.
Yeah, still cut off ties with Richard, and you don't communicate with him. You don't control him at any point later in the game. So it's the same.
That's lame.
That's the disappointment.
Okay.
Yeah. Now in downloading City 5 into James, I also downloaded City 5 into James.
Yeah.
Adam, it looks like Adam and Lydia were together at the end of it. Adam and Amy / Lydia.
Yeah.
And he was the city was being rebuilt now in what's his name's head.
Yeah, James's head.
James's head. Yeah, but the thing that I wish I could have seen was like right before the main antagonist.
They just ran away.
No. He uploaded himself. Kurtz uploaded himself back into his human body.
Right.
But Kazowski uploaded himself into Kurtz's body.
Right.
So is real life Kurtz both Kurtz and Kazowski? I
don't know.
We don't know. That's the thing. So
yeah,
I don't
know what happened to the antagonists. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Amy as well.
And Amy as well.
Well, Amy. Her real name was
Valerie.
Valerie. Yeah.
And she was in cryosleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how she managed to get out of the simulation and she's in cryosleep.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's yeah. So I would say that's kind of pending.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So not much.
There's not much
difference. Not
like
okay,
not and then really. Yeah, there's not much difference. I think it's pretty linear when it comes to the gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't think they had like room to make branching storylines like that.
No, I guess. I wish they did.
I wish they did though. It would have made for a way more interesting story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
But the story as a whole.
The story as a whole is
quite cool.
Still dope.
There is like some Matrix shit. There is some Sword Art Online shit, or rather, Ready Player One is in this game.
What?
The Oasis. It's Neverland. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
But except it makes more sense in the game, according to there's the whole fake Mars conspiracy cover up.
That's
aspect.
Total Recall completely.
There's a lot. I think the only thing that's not there is AI being bad and killing everyone and taking over. That is not there.
That's not there.
Because the AI is just AI. Even when there's shits like, oh my god, when that bomb blew up near your workplace,
the robots,
and you go to the robot is in pieces. He literally tells you, go help the other people.
Go help the human.
Yeah.
Call medical services.
To help the human there. Yeah. So I was like, wow. These are the best robots. Like, these are the best robots.
Yeah, the best robots, best AIs we've seen so far.
Except for Transformers. They're not really robots. They're not really robots. They're species. Yeah.
But like, there's also some random things like in the story that I really liked.
Yeah.
Like, remember the sex game? Okay, it's not a sex game. It's like an online VR simulator when you're playing as Lydia the first time.
Oh, when she's doing this webcam.
Yeah, she's a cam girl.
Yeah, Yeah,
but in a VR simulation sort of thing. There's a guy who you meet.
Creepy guy.
That creepy dude.
Fuck.
I don't know why that guy, I thought he was going to kill her.
Yeah.
I really did think he was going to kill her, but there's no way he could.
Yeah. What did you go all the way with that guy?
Yeah, I went all the way with the guy.
What do you do?
Nothing. He doesn't even touch you, man.
Fuck.
Nothing at all.
You know when he kind of has you pinned?
Yeah.
That's when I called it. I'm like, okay.
Oh, nothing happens. Dude just says, okay, he has a puppet fetish.
Like a doll. Yeah.
Like a doll puppet fetish. Yeah, he has a doll fetish.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want girls who react or talk back.
Yeah.
So if you just stick with him all the way to the end, he'll say he'll give you a bad review because you react to how he acts to you. But he'll still pay you like mad money. Like you get.
He gave me just 200 credits.
Wait, 2? I got 4.
200.
I got 400.
You went all the way with him. I didn't.
Oh, snap.
I didn't. I was like, oh fuck this guy. Let me look for a normal person.
Yeah, he gave me
like the first guy is just a gay guy who just wants to talk.
Yeah.
Which was a bit lame.
Yeah. And then now that's another question that I had with Lydia's storyline.
Yeah.
Lydia literally wakes up on the street.
Yeah, there's some loopholes.
Yeah.
How did she? Well, they say that she was orphaned and she was a runaway.
She's an orphan and she's a runaway. Fine. That's
they were using her to test stuff.
That's all okay.
Yeah.
My issue is now, even in today's world, 2019.
Right.
The chick that she goes to visit, that Angela.
Yeah.
The one who takes her in.
Yeah.
Is a total stranger.
Yeah.
But she takes her in.
Yeah.
How?
I guess
Like, I don't know. Like,
for me, it just felt like, oh, it's a girl on the street kind of situation. I feel bad. That sort of thing.
Are people that good? I don't know.
Have you watched Pose?
No, I haven't watched
If you're squeamish about transgender stuff, don't watch Pose. If you're not okay with homosexual stuff and all that other stuff, don't watch Pose. But Pose is like in the 80s, how these community, like, you know, if you're gay or something, you got kicked out of the house.
Yeah. So guys
And
look out
so-
for one another. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what they did was like transgender guys and girls or however they're referred to, they would take in people to join their house and they would so that they could be together and kind of like have their own family kind of situation. And they'd like compete in these events. So it's sort of like if you're alone, you see someone who's also suffering, you also
You help
like
them.
invite them in, kind of thing. That's how I saw it, because she said they were very similar.
Yeah, because like okay.
Because she was a cam girl
She
as
was a
well.
cam girl as well. She was also a runaway. But I don't know. For me, I don't know. That took me out for a bit because I'm like, why the hell is she helping her?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. But
Yeah, I thought they knew
that's-
each other somehow. Yeah, initially.
Yeah. So yeah, that's for me. That was the only thing that like raised something. But when it's back to the shoutouts, like if you play as Richard,
Yeah.
okay, if you're a fan of Neuromancer, if you've read it,
No, I haven't read it.
okay, if you have, then if you're Richard, when you get to his apartment, directly across the road, there's a sign on another apartment building that says Tessia Ashpool. If you're a fan of Neuromancer, you'll know who this is. You'll know who that company is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know whether this takes place in the same world, same continuity. I don't know. I like to think so.
Maybe it was a throwback, or
it's a
maybe the
throwback.
devs
Maybe
were a fan.
it's literally just a throwback or something. But yeah, I played it in my head, assuming it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now in Neuromancer they talk about it's a story about an AI that's trying to find its missing half, which closely mirrors this story. Because now Richard is trying to look for Adam, who's his missing half essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what's it called? There's that before the explosion. Had you visited that nanoscan site?
I didn't go into it, no.
Yeah. It doesn't let you though. But when you talk to the robot there,
Yeah.
it'll talk to you. Then when it finishes, it says, "Thank you for your cooperation." Complete RoboCop ripoff, not ripoff, but shout out.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
cooperation.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so you can't get scanned? I never
No, you can't
bothered
get
trying.
scanned. You can't get
Okay.
scanned. Yeah. You can't get scanned. You can't even the drug dealers that you find at the beginning. You can't visit them again.
The who?
The drug dealers, the dealers in the beginning, the guys who jump you in
Oh yeah, the hardware guys.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they go. They leave.
They leave.
The kiosk guy is pretty funny.
Yeah. He's
I
actually.
didn't see the vending machine that you were talking about.
Yeah, but you couldn't interact with it.
I didn't see that vending machine where you printed the necklace. You
Oh, you
mentioned
didn't?
that. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I did see it on the way back.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like looking all over the place, I didn't notice it. Then on the way after coming out, I noticed the bar that had all these drinks.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so it was here at the place
Yeah.
that you're talking about.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
were you able to interact with it?
Yeah, but I didn't have a conversation of, oh, there was another thing here. No, it was just like, I think I wanted something else, is what he says.
Were you able to
She
print
goes-
a necklace?
No,
Okay.
I didn't actually notice it.
Okay.
In the second time around, I didn't notice it.
Yeah. So I guess there's stuff that you can only get on your first pass through.
Yeah. So why don't you tell that story? Because that's pretty.
Oh yeah, so
That's pretty
like
trippy, man.
on the way to the hospital
In Adam's world.
in Adam's world, on the way when you're taking your kid to the hospital the first time, when you get out of your apartment building, there's like a small, what do you call it? Plaza
Yeah.
outside. So on one side there's a train, across there's your office, but like right at the intersection of where the road going to your office and where the train is, there's a small vending machine.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a vending machine for jewelry. I didn't understand why they have a vending machine for like printing jewelry, but there it is. And then next to it was like a kiosk. I don't know what they were selling. It's a lot like the kiosk guy. So it was just a kiosk that was just selling random stuff. So I went to the vending machine, bought a necklace for my wife, and then went to the office and came back. Now the next time, I switched, forget this, like maybe an hour later.
Yeah.
You switch back to Richard, you do your stuff with Richard, then when you switch back to Adam and you go back to the plaza, the vending machine is still there, but the kiosk has changed now to a bar. But then when you go to the bar and then you ask, you can interact with the lady who's there at the bar.
Yeah.
Then when you interact with her and you ask her what happened to the kiosk that was here, she'll be like, what kiosk? It's always been a bar. And that, for me, that was the
So why was that? Why did that change?
I don't know.
Is it like giving your wife a necklace pissed her off? Because
she doesn't react when you give it to her. She'll be like, oh, okay, did you get this from the vending machine down the street? And you're like, yeah, I did. And then she'll be like, oh, okay, thanks for the gesture,
because she was super estranged to Adam, I felt.
Yeah.
So I would assume that, and because she's like sort of the art designer of the world, she'd just remove it if she got pissed off.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I don't know whether that was the reason why it was removed, because I gave her the necklace later.
No, it
and then also later on you find
regardless.
out that and then later on you find out like his wife wasn't his wife, it was that Valerie lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I thought? My initial theory was that Adam was a robot. I didn't think the whole world was fake, but I thought Adam was a robot because of the way
He behaved.
No, the way Amy interacts with Adam is really weird.
Yeah.
And
it's very dismissive.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you wouldn't understand. How would you understand?
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
But
So I was like, oh, am I a robot?
Like,
is that what this is? And is my kid going to see this doctor to discuss issues knowing that his dad is a robot?
Yeah.
Is that what was happening? That's what I thought.
Because like now for me, the thing that started raising alarm bells
was
the fact that, okay, fine, you play as Richard first. He's been in an accident, doesn't know where his wife is, doesn't know where his kid is.
Yeah.
And then when you switch to Adam, he has a kid, has a wife, but the apartments are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same layout, roughly the same stuff.
Yeah.
But pretty much exactly the same layout.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Richard has a robot, Adam has a robot. At least they get several ones within the course of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe this was what's it called? Like a foreshadowing for me, for the fact that one of these guys is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for me, I found City 5 to be way too clean.
So I got to the conclusion pretty fast.
Yeah.
That Adam's not real.
Yeah. No, for me, it was the fact that they both had accidents with head trauma.
Yeah.
In cabs.
Yeah.
Have exactly the same home.
Yeah.
Exactly the same family sort of setup.
Yeah.
For me, that was like, okay, fine. One guy is a copy of the other one. And there's no way Richard is the copy because he lives in the shittier world. If you're going to copy a guy upwards, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now also when you play as Adam, you get a chance to go to the hospital and control a drone that's like sneaking around.
Oh, that was so fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you play as a drone.
Fucked up.
You control a drone going through like vents.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to follow and find now the doctor that's treating your son.
Yeah.
Now the doctor who's treating your son is gonna talk to. Yeah, he's
far away.
Yeah,
you'll see a lot of shit on the way there.
Yeah. So you find out that there was City 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like the Matrix. Like City 3, I think got messed up because it was too perfect. It was too nice for guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a developer who was being told, stop caring about how clear the sky looks like so long as it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't need to look photorealistic. Yeah. Just make sure it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see a lot of that stuff. And then there was this weird reference to Sunday. They were talking specifically that everything's going to be okay come Sunday.
Yeah, because of independence.
Yeah, because of independence and whatnot. And you find out that there's actually City 6 that they wanted to launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that they would launch City 6 if City 5 had a problem, but so far it doesn't really have a problem.
But City 6 looked a lot better than 5, so I figured they were still going to go ahead with it anyway.
I don't know. I thought, what was the Independence thing? I thought the Independence thing was, we're going to ship all these bodies, and we'll have achieved something. Like, all these people will be uploaded. Because so the thing is, having a virtual world, this is where it gets really weird, right? These guys who are doing it under the radar. They're not telling anyone, and they'll like capture you and upload your mind.
Yeah, by force.
Yeah. Which is shit.
Yeah.
And like the head of the company has obviously made himself the ruler of this virtual world because assholes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that going on, and then there's a lot of selective. We want like this rich person from here uploaded, this other person. So it's pretty selective as well. So but now on the flip side, you have the terrorists who hate technology, but who are just as fucking asshole-ish
as the bad guys. Yeah.
Like so that it's a very, for me, the world felt very black and white. Right? Like there was no middle ground as such.
Where you could keep the simulation, but stop.
You can't say that you're a gray character because you will have to pick one or the other.
Side, yeah.
So I thought that was a little shit actually, because it's like I don't mind the VR world. I get why it's there. I understand why people are doing it. I don't mind it. Just what bugged me was the kidnapping, the forced whatever, and what you're doing with bloody manufacturing, like stealing people's bodies and using them to sell to other people who damage their bodies via altered carbon style. Like, it's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah. But I don't know.
All in all, I did like the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good narrative. It's just, a lot of sci-fi, cyberpunk plot lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Not really. Not so much. I don't know what else.
So, has your rating changed?
It's a 7. If there was a difference between if the choices mattered, then yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be an 8. But now that the choices don't matter, it's a 7. It's still a fun story to play.
Yeah.
It's still a fun story to experience.
Yeah.
But now that I know that nothing matters regardless of what you say.
Yeah, that was kind of lame, yeah.
It's a bit lame. Because you know now at this point, you can literally just click through the entire story and not care and finish it.
Yeah, I have a feeling like even if you don't upload the city into James's mind, what will happen
somehow.
I have a feeling he'll just be depressed. Like he was depressed with the city in his head. He'll be the same. He'll just be depressed with the city
out of it.
Yeah.
And now nobody dies because now you see if for you Adam died, but they brought him back.
Yeah, and it made no difference.
Yeah. So it makes no difference staying there.
Yeah.
And so it also means that regardless of whoever you leave behind.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. Unless now we go back and try and see if we kill, if we don't save the wife.
Yeah.
We bring back Lydia into now a better body and then don't upload.
I did that. I brought Lydia back.
Yeah, and then don't upload the city.
I don't know what
then
would
we
happen.
see what sort of thing happens to these guys.
I don't know.
Yeah. But the good thing is, even when you finish the game, you can just literally reload at that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can pick where you want to reload and then you play from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can actually try that and see.
What was your favorite part?
Favorite part for me was... was towards the end, when you're actually trying to break out of the secret lab.
Okay.
It was actually finding the secret lab and then breaking out of it.
Yeah, I did not have any problems with that.
Yeah, it was easy.
I got it the first time around.
Yeah, but I enjoyed
what did you do?
Whole,
like with the part where the cameras, right, and you have the flying drone. What did you do?
The flying drones. You use the flying drone to get
Those boxes, right?
Yeah, those boxes.
What did you do with the boxes?
You drop them along the pathway.
Yeah, just
Strategically.
blocking. Yeah, it wasn't okay. That's what I did. I'm like, that was really too simple. Like I'm used to failing the first time and then trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I just got it in one go. It was weird.
Yeah, because I also thought it would be more dangerous than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked the whole Richard and Lydia trying to escape thing. I liked that part of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up until the end, and then when now James gets a chance to get out of his apartment and figure out the story for himself, that I enjoyed.
So I did something stupid. After the maze, when you're playing as James, and you have to get to the dome in the center. So I got out, right? I'm seeing the place. Okay, I need to go there.
Yeah.
I'm like, but there's no place to walk.
There's no way. Yeah.
I went back. I went back and started undoing the maze. And I'm like, okay. I ended up going all the way back almost. I'm like, wait, maybe I missed something. I went back again.
What?
I went back again. And then I got the dialogue of, don't worry, trust me. I'm like, oh, am I just supposed to walk forward?
Yeah.
So then I started walking forward. I'm like, oh, the epic music started. Okay, I was supposed to do this. And then I'm like, okay.
Because like now for me, I got there and I'm like, because, okay, what happens is you get to this balcony.
Yeah.
And where you're supposed to get to is...
It's on the other end.
It's on the other end, open space.
And
you'd fall down.
It's like a really long drop.
Yeah. So when I got to that balcony, I'm like, okay, fine. How am I supposed to get to the end there? So I walked to the far end of the balcony. And then I noticed like some panel coming up. Like the music started coming at that point. And then I noticed that random panel just appeared.
I did not see that panel.
Just appearing. So I'm
I
like,
didn't see that.
So I take a step forward onto the panel, nothing drops. So like, and as you take a step onto the panel, more come ahead of you.
Yeah, it's
so I was like,
it's been done in several games.
Yeah, in several games where the ground is being made as you walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, even if you sprint in that section, it will still be built.
Yeah, no, then I just ran.
Yeah, so even I just ran, got to the end, told the guy to fuck off, and then I got into the elevator and went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, okay, my best part, which is the only funny part I think in the entire game,
which is
when Lydia is preparing for her date and her house just malfunctions. Man, that was nuts. That so
cleaning
good.
drone was ridiculous. How can it make that much noise?
The Buddha. You have to go to pray to the Buddha to stop the sirens. Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. That everything can just everything just went wrong in a second.
Yeah, so the way this works is all the houses are kind of have the centralized control. Sort of like you have like Alexa, but like literally for everything.
Yeah.
And her thing malfunctions just before she has her date with Richard.
Yeah.
Who's a cheating bastard, just letting you know. And so so her vacuum is her vacuum robot thing is fucked.
It's hitting.
Like there's a siren going off. Yeah. The music is insane.
Yeah.
The music was nuts. Like you get to choose the types of music, right?
This one it just plays.
Like, you choose romantic. It's like horror music with people screaming. Like you choose relaxing music. It's like dance music. It's really.
For me, it was the cleaning robot that really like went home for me.
Yeah.
Because it's. Imagine something like ping-ponging between two walls, like a hockey puck, screaming. That's what it was doing. And the only way you can actually stop it is if you like tip over...
The ashtray.
Yeah, you tip over an ashtray so it has something to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you stop it. Even the washing machine. Dude,
the washing machine
was ridiculous.
Like just dripping soap all over the place, yeah.
But I really enjoyed that bit.
That was funny.
Yeah. But even the minigames. Okay, I like the minigames. Like going back to the minigames. I liked the fact that you're rebuilding the memory from...
Yeah, the puzzles were cool.
Yeah. But then I found the easy way of doing it is just look down and just make sure everything
the floor tiles match, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Except one of them was weird. Like for the robot's memory of looking at Tracy and the Kurtz. Because there were two things. You had to pick the one with the wires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they were relatively easy.
They were. You could also just keep clicking until he says, "Oh, that looks all right."
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah.
audio cues
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Now, tough question. Richard was cheating.
Yeah.
Do you blame him?
Do I blame him for cheating?
Given his relationship with...
No, but he should just get a divorce. Like, end it there.
Yeah.
What the hell is his... I guess he's old-fashioned, right? This is his problem. This is his quirk. He's a bloody hypocrite.
Yeah.
No, he should have just gotten a divorce. I think him and Lydia got along way better. And I think they would have been happier together. I think he did have something initially with Tracy, but after the accident, after she lost the kid and whatever, there was that was basically after the accident, it was over.
Imagine, I don't think he had anything with Tracy. I think it was just, those relationships out of convenience. Because he met her at the club.
Yeah, he helped her out. She started working at his office.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
He helped her out. Because now her family kicks her out.
Yeah.
Then she probably doesn't have anywhere to go. She moves in with him.
Yeah.
She has medication. I think he just wanted somebody that he could take care of on some level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when she is pregnant, he's getting her sandwiches. Are you okay? This and that. He's being all romantic and shit. But it feels not natural.
And even when you do propose, nothing. She doesn't. She has a flash. She doesn't really react to it. She's not excited. She just says, "Oh my God, Richard." And you're like, I expected a bigger response, but okay, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know.
That's
the
weird
reason
that
why
marriage hasn't changed. Proposing hasn't changed
in 20 years. But yeah, I don't know, that relationship for him and Tracy really didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it was
because he's very, very salty about the fact that his relationship with her doesn't work.
He had more chemistry with her bloody friend.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
The drug addict and the other one who's married.
Yeah. I really wonder what happened in that relationship, how it got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how they even got married.
No, I think you're right. It's a thing of convenience. I have this high status as a well-respected journalist and blah, blah, blah. So I do journalist things and marry a supermodel. That kind of attitude, I think.
And even his relationship with his pal, William, the guy who he supposedly betrayed.
Oh, yeah, Walter.
Yeah, Walter, sorry, not William.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't get what happened
I think you can save him.
Walter is in the simulation.
No, but his body was also in... I did see him in the simulation.
Yeah.
But I think his body was also on that carrier.
Yeah, his body is in the carrier.
Maybe you can get him out. I don't know.
I didn't see him in carrier.
Because as soon as you find James's body, it just goes to cutscene. And
you can find James's and...
There was another body I could interact with as well, but I didn't try. Mm-hmm. Someone Rockefeller, who was near the control panel. Yeah, I got a mouse prompt to interact with that, but I didn't.
Okay.
And
we'll go back and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened in his relationship with Walter that it got that bad. Because how it's presented in the game is, him and Walter were real close friends.
Yeah.
And then they fell apart. Then Walter is being treated in the office like he's this crazy guy. And they don't talk.
So from what I understood, there was a story called Drone Gate.
Yeah.
Because everything has a gate.
Has a gate.
And they were both working on it. Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, Richard got the credit.
Oh, and he didn't...
And after that, after Richard got the credit, Walter kind of became a little more angrier and more aggressive with stuff he was trying to do. And that's when he started going downhill into conspiracy theories, because that's what Drone Gate was.
Yeah.
And it turned out that they were right. So he went further down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
That's the story.
In fact, you know what? I'll look up online on guides to see if there's a way if you can save Walter.
Yeah.
I'd rather save Walter than my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's nothing.
She comes through in the end, but
Does she though?
Kinda. As a robot, she comes through in the end. Like, it's weird, right?
But as a robot, at that point, you already have Simon. You have no need for another robot.
No, like in the fake world, she comes through for... She comes through for the kid.
Yeah. And then the last thing, for me, I really didn't like Richard.
Yeah, he was not a likable guy.
He's not a likable guy.
Yeah, so this is the first game where you will not like the character you play as.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that. They didn't make him a likable person or like a blank slate.
Yeah.
They made him a douchebag who you are playing and watching a story through.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Even then, even as you're playing as the douchebag, the way he treats technology, I find that to be like a BS argument. The way you said, okay, now I'm glad that for you,
he's such a hypocrite, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that you managed to like call him out on his hypocrisy. Yeah.
No, he is. He's a proper hypocrite, man.
Yeah.
It's just, look, we have people like that, and let's look at our friend circle.
Yeah.
You know, in the old days, we didn't have DLC, we didn't have like, you've heard this shit over and over again. You've heard the same thing from your friends.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Fine.
You know?
Yeah. So he's not this is different now. Yeah, this is different now. Yeah. I totally identify with Richard now.
Yeah.
Man, he was
back in my day.
Richard was so frustrating. Like I was like,
yeah, he was unnecessarily
he's so mean to Simon. Yeah, he's so mean to Simon for no good reason.
Yeah. Except for just
Yeah. Like, and in any case, like if he really didn't want Simon to be there, shut him down.
Yeah, or return him.
Yeah,
or send him for a disintegration. Yeah, like
Yeah, you don't have to live in that situation if you don't want it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'm wondering what would happen if Simon didn't agree.
They'd be screwed. There'd be no ending.
Yeah. So maybe that's an ending. I guess I'm gonna look online after this.
We'll have to check up online to see the branching storylines. Because thus far, as far as we've gotten, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah. Anyways, should we call it?
I guess so. It's a 6 and a 7. Or 7.
No, 7. Just keep it 7. Because it wasn't like, I like the story. I didn't like the game as much, but I like the story.
Yeah, the story was good.
Yeah. So 7. And the next time we're doing a comic book.
And you guys actually chose this one.
Yeah. You guys voted. Thank you for your votes. We're actually amazed that more than one person voted.
Yeah. I was totally expecting there will be one, maximum 2 votes. But
thanks so much for voting.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of votes for Monsieur
Jean. I want to stick to the French pronunciation. Monsieur Jean.
Yeah, Monsieur Jean. So we'll be reading that.
Yeah.
And voting went really well. We're going to let you guys vote again.
Yeah, for the next one, which is...
the next one, which is a TV show.
Yeah.
So
your options...
read Monsieur Jean and then vote on...
let me get them. Let me pull them up. The options for the TV show...
And these are my picks.
Yeah, these are Sujay's picks. The BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, season 1 of BoJack Horseman. Season 1 of...
Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah. So, BoJack Horseman is a comedy, Family Guy kind of cartoon animated thing where the guy is a horse.
Yeah.
Santa Clarita Diet is a zombie comedy thing where this guy's wife is a zombie and she needs to eat people. And she's kind of like self-aware. She's not a dumb zombie, but she needs to eat people.
Yeah. And the third
one is an anime called Erased, which was really popular. I heard a lot of people talking about it when it came out. I haven't watched it, so there you go.
Yeah. And all 3 available on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you can check them out now.
Yeah.
So we'll set up as of now, you'll have the voting polls open. There'll be one on Twitter for about a week, and then there'll be one on Instagram for shorter.
Yeah, Instagram, I can only do the poll.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll do what I did this time, where I'll have a post with like pictures of these 3 shows that you can just comment which ones you want.
Yeah.
Up to, I guess, the next episode.
Yeah.
You can vote on during that time, or I'll even have like a Instagram story poll on one of the days.
I think the Instagram story poll will also work. So we can tally with either the comments.
I'd use both.
Yeah, we tally with the comments
and Twitter as well.
And the story. And the IG story. Because what I did now for this,
yeah,
I tallied with the IG story and the poll.
Yeah.
And the whatever.
Yeah. And it's okay. I would say it's okay if you vote twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not that many.
Yeah. Well, what was... Okay, no, you'll make the joke later. The census.
Oh, yeah. We'll do it. Yeah. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
Monsieur Eugene.
Monsieur Eugene, we'll check in with you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, have fun.
Have fun.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comments section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates, and follow our Instagram for behind-the-scenes action @SpoilersInFandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.